Hey everyone, welcome back to Mrs. T-Rex. My name's Gemma and today we are building the sun bear habitat in Edinburgh Zoo. So there is two sun bears living in Edinburgh Zoo. There's a male called Rotana and a female called Babu. Rotana was born in 2003 and originally was found in a tiny cage in a private home in Cambodia. Babu was born in 2015 and she came from a zoo from the Czech Republic. Babu and Rotana are also part of the European Endangered Species Programme. Edinburgh Zoo and the Royal Zoology Society of Scotland have been working to protect sun bears since 2010. They are part of the Free the Bear Conservation Programme. Okay, so this is our sun bear habitat. So you can see here I've started working on the building that our guests can come and check out if the sun bears are not in their outdoor habitat, so that's where you will find them. So if you come up at the back here, this will take you to the second viewing area. So this has got loads of foliage, as you can see there. And there's also a walkway. I think this is possibly where the keepers come and get into the enclosure. So we've got a little 2-meter path there that takes you along there. And then this is our second viewing area for our guests. So we'll just pop you guys in here. And this gives you a really good insight overview of the habitat. So it's kind of on two different layers here. You've got the bit at the bottom there and then the bit at the top. So if the sun bears are not playing about outside, then you would then come down to this part and see if they're chilling out in their bed. Okay, so this is just a little update to show you I've been working on the terrain, as you can see here. I've also mapped out the enclosure a little bit better and also popped in some water. So I think the next stage will be to be working on covering up this area here with a little bit of rock and then lining the pool as well. So this is just a quick little update to let you guys see the progress. Okay, so that big ugly bit that you saw before is now covered up with some rocks there, and I've also started to outline the pool here, so you can see that this is now all covered with concrete, and I've also popped in the water. Actually, I think the water's in the previous update, but anyway, the water's in there. So I think next we'll probably be working on some of the foliage. One thing I will point out about Edinburgh Zoo is I think this sun bear habitat actually used to be part of the polar bear habitat. So if you do ever hop down to Edinburgh Zoo, you'll probably find that this area down here looks like a big massive swimming pool. It's not necessarily like that in Edinburgh Zoo. It's kind of a little bit more rounded shape to it. I don't think that the sun bears can get necessarily down to this level, but I just thought it looked really cool just to have this big nice swimming area for our sun bears. So you can see here that we've now got our sun bears in the habitat. I've also added in a little bit of foliage in the middle of the rocks here, a little bit of foliage at the front and also at the back. So here's our little sun bear, possibly going for a little dip in our pool. Are you going for a swim, buddy? Honestly, their paws are absolutely ginormous. Look at them. I absolutely love them. Here he comes, or she comes. Going for a swim. So as I was saying before, we've got a little bit of foliage at the front here and then a couple of bushes around the back as well, just to finish it off slightly. But I think what we're going to have to do is probably add in the climbing structure. It's roughly just above these rocks here. So we're going to probably add in, like I said, the climbing structure and possibly just a little bit more foliage just to finish off the habitat. So you'll see here that I've put in this tree in the middle of it just to give it a little bit of height variation as well, and just to fill up the actual habitat itself. And then in the front here we've got a couple of poles just for the sun bears to climb up on. They're fantastic climbers, as you would have seen from the start of the live action shots that I've got. But yeah, their habitat itself it's quite big for the sun bears. So I mentioned it before that this habitat was originally for the polar bear that was housed in Edinburgh Zoo, but they have repurposed the habitat, and obviously you can see that they have sun bears in it now, which is 100% better putting sun bears in this habitat than having polar bears. I could rant on about this forever, but this is for sun bears. I've also popped the sun bear habitat onto the workshop. I'll put a link in the description below. Please feel free to download it and add it to your zoo. Now, I don't know about your sun bears, but my ones certainly like to go swimming a lot. They tend to go from their pool to the tree and then to sleeping. They don't seem to do anything else, which is a bit of a shame. Let me know in the comments below if your sun bears do the same, if it's maybe just the animations need a little bit tweaked, but I'd certainly be interested to find out. If you've enjoyed looking at our sun bears here in Edinburgh Zoo, please do remember to click that like button. If you'd like to see more from Edinburgh Zoo in our series on the channel, then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care!